Okay, everybody, are you ready for Bible class? We are doing tabletops today, or at least I am. All right, earlier this week, you learned this story, the story of Jesus saying, "Let the kids come to me. I love the kids. I want to see them." And that's even what our Bible verse is about this week, right? Jesus loves children, and he loves them so much that he put a story in the Bible so that we would know that and that he wants children to come to him. Well, when we sit on tabletops, that means we have a make-believe story that also is going to teach us a lesson. So I want you to sit up and listen. Sasha jumped up and down as she held her father's hand and waited for Jake to appear. Jake, the lead singer in a popular singing group, was making one stop in their city, and everyone in the crowd wanted to see him. Sasha hoped that Jake would sign a t-shirt that she had bought with her own money. She clutched her t-shirt tightly. As the doors opened, the crowd cheered. Sasha's dad lifted her onto his shoulder so she could see better. Wow, thought Sasha, this is going to be the best day of my life. Then an announcer said that Jake had to hurry off to the recording studio and wouldn't be able to meet any fans or sign anything. Immediately, the crowd became silent. Poor Sasha was so sad that she began to cry. Jake looked over and saw Sasha on her dad's shoulders above the rest of the crowd. Suddenly, Jake surprised everyone. He pointed to Sasha and said, let her come to me. Jake's manager said they didn't have time, but Jake said he wasn't leaving until he met this little girl. Sasha and her dad made their way toward Jake. Sasha stopped crying as Jake lifted her onto the stage where he was standing. Immediately, Sasha smiled as Jake took the t-shirt and signed it. Glad I got to meet you, Jake said. Your smile is better than those tears. Okay, so this kind of reminds us a little bit about our story that we had earlier in the week about Jesus wanting to see kids, just like Jake just did with Sasha. So even though I can't hear your answers, I still want you to see if you can come up with good answers for these questions. First of all, why did Sasha want to see Jake? Did you think that it was because he was a popular music singer, one of her favorites? Yeah, that's why she wanted to see him. Why did Sasha start crying? Because she thought she wasn't going to get to meet him after all this excitement. He had to go and she didn't think she was going to get to meet him. What made Sasha stop crying? When Jake noticed her above the crowd on her dad's shoulders and said, "Hey, I want to see this kid, have her come up here." Why do you think Jake wanted to spend time with Sasha? Like, why do you think he picked her out of the whole rest of the crowd? There's a few good answers to this. I wish I could hear what you guys were thinking, but how about he sounds like a nice person? He sounds like he might like kids. He didn't like seeing her cry, and he wanted to do what he could to make her feel better. Okay, well, why do you think Jesus said, "Let the children come to me, do not hinder them"? Why would Jesus say something like that? Because he loves us. He loves children, okay? And when you ask Jesus into your heart, you are a child of God. So even though I'm all grown up, I'm still a child of God. Okay, so I know normally we have our Bible workbook and we have our song time. I am not going to put your parents through that. Sorry, parents, you do not have to listen to my singing voice. Woo. But hopefully you have a song on your heart and that you can sing some songs around the house today. Our Bible workbooks, I did not send them. You might have noticed that I didn't send them because I just thought we would at least go through our Bible stories, but we wouldn't be doing the workbook pages. So just a reminder today, this was our made-up story, but just about how this girl got to finally meet someone that she really, really wanted to meet, just like those kids in the Bible story really wanted to meet Jesus, and they thought they weren't going to get to, but then we know that at the end they got to meet him, just like she got to meet her idol, Jake. All right, guys, that's it for today for our Bible story. I will see you later.